If Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV Plus, and CBS All Access aren't enough for you, November 12th marks the long-awaited date for Disney's streaming service, Disney Plus.
And snap.
What's next? The future. That's our specialty.
And on launch, expect to find classics as old as Snow White, modern blockbusters like Captain Marvel, and everything in between. Speaking of Marvel, Disney Plus is also going to be getting a ton of original shows based on the worldwide phenomena that is the MCU, just not at launch. But let's be honest, I will still pay any dollar amount day and date just to guarantee myself access to all of these upcoming shows. I say there can never be too much MCU. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, returning subscribers and newcomers alike. My name is Ryan Ramakrishnan, and on this channel, I talk about all sorts of awesome topics surrounding the worlds of gaming, movies, and television. In this video, guys, I'm super excited to dive into the upcoming Marvel shows on Disney Plus. So, of course, the streaming service will not be launching with any of these shows. Nevertheless, they're in development. Some of them are in concept, despite the fact that these original programs are not going to be out for at least like a good year and counting. I'm still thinking that because Disney Plus is about to launch, it's the perfect time. So let's get excited about the future. Join me, guys, as I rank my excitement for the 8 confirmed Marvel Cinematic Universe shows hitting Disney Plus.
Okay, everybody, let's take it from the top.
AIM calls people like me inhuman. He claims we're sick, violent. He says our disease will kill us in the end.
I don't really have any attachment to the character of Kamala Khan or Miss Marvel. I do, however, find it pretty exciting still that there's going to be a show based on her, finally giving this character a really awesome, huge spotlight. I think that there's a chance that both Khan's Muslim background, as well as her being a strong female lead, will definitely help move the franchise forward. And I know that next year, Marvel's Avengers will be out, and the game will also be giving quite a large role to Miss Marvel, and I'm very excited for that game. So with all of this, I can't really say a whole lot more because there's just like no clear information on the show, likely not coming out for quite some time. But I am definitely looking forward to something hopefully pretty fresh as we get a Miss Marvel TV show.
Beautiful, safe, green, like Hulk.
You betcha.
She-Hulk should be a pretty interesting show given the law side of the character. Traditionally, Bruce Banner's cousin, Jennifer Walters, is a lawyer, so it could make for some pretty good premises in this world of superheroes. I feel like She-Hulk seems compelling since she is different from the Hulk, though still seems to bear the immense strength, so I'm sure that this show is going to end up being equal parts interesting and exhilarating. I would also like to think that we will be getting more of Mark Ruffalo, returning as Professor Hulk.
Excuse me, Mr. Hulk?
Yes,
Can we get a photo?
100%, little person. Come on, step on up. You mind? Oh, yeah. Thanks. Say green. Green. Did you get that?
I think that would really complement She-Hulk well, and overall I feel like it's just going to help make this show more exciting, and something probably pretty unique.
Wanda, for 2 years, we stormed these moments, trying to see if this could work, and I don't know, you know what, I'm just going to speak for myself. I think it works. It works.
Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany have a great chemistry in the latest crossovers of the MCU, namely in Infinity War. So seeing these characters lead a TV series together sounds pretty great to me, and I expect it to be nothing short of a good time. I think that the show definitely has a lot of promise. I'm personally most excited probably for Scarlet Witch's power to really be tested and how it's going to challenge her, because she is quite literally one of the most powerful people in the extended Avengers we've seen on the big screen. But she's young, she's learning, and she's definitely afraid of her main potential. So I think it'll make for a great arc. And also Vision is of course delightful, though isn't he dead? The show is going to be somewhat of a sitcom. I think that sounds pretty good. I like sitcoms. I'm a big fan of these characters, and I feel like overall it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm feeling pretty optimistic about WandaVision.
face the vengeance of the Moon Knight.
When I first read about the character of Moon Knight, or the ex-Marine Mark Spector, I was instantly sold on this upcoming show. Spector was left for dead by an ally in Egypt, where he proceeded to make contact with a god to get powers and live on. From there, he would become Moon Knight, a mercenary, from what I can tell, a total badass. I find this story really interesting of this character of Moon Knight, and ideas like mixed personalities, following the lunar cycle and more, make Spector, or his alter ego of Moon Knight, sound really cool, really exciting, and definitely worthy of a nice on-screen adaptation. Apparently, we won't be seeing this show for quite some time, as it seems to be the last one to come out in Phase 4. Nevertheless, though, I'm definitely super excited. I think this is going to be a really awesome live-action show of one of the coolest comic book characters I have ever seen.
Is not this simpler? Is this not your natural state? It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation. The bright lure of freedom diminishes your life's joy in a mad scramble for power, for identity. You were made to be ruled.
Tom Hiddleston has proved to be a real scene stealer, and his portrayal of Loki exemplifies the MCU at its peak regarding villains and anti-heroes alike. So the fact that he's going to be leading a show with the God of Mischief sounds awesome. The premise seems to be a bit of a follow-up to the alternate Loki that we saw escape in 2012 during the events of Endgame. There is a Loki that became a hero in many ways during Thor Ragnarok and of course in the opening parts of Infinity War. But this is not him. This is a different Loki. The show looks to be following a really fun story, one that will have a lot of crazy shenanigans with Loki and Tom Hiddleston being awesome in every way. Perhaps there will be an alternate timeline or even a collision of multiple timelines. I feel like anything with this character is going to be great. The show will probably be nothing short of a really good time, and I, of course, expect nothing less from the actor and this now really, really iconic role of Loki.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. I trained, I lied, I killed, just to get here. I killed in America, Afghanistan, Iraq. I took life from my own brothers and sisters right here on this continent. And all this death, just so I could kill you.
What If is probably the weirdest one on this list since it's just so different, but that is like a really good thing for sure in my opinion. So What If follows this concept of the comics of the same name, where we basically see a bunch of hypothetical stories unfold. The titular question of what if will be applied to many different scenarios that the show will present us with tons of returning faces. Probably the most exciting part right now of all the news we have on these shows. Apparently the likes of Killmonger, Peggy Carter, Korg.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Korg. I'm kind of like the leader in here. I'm made of rocks, as you can see, but don't let that intimidate you. You don't need to be afraid unless you're made of scissors. Just a little rock, paper, scissors joke for you.
Korath, Grandmaster, and Yondu, amongst so many others, main and side characters alike, will all be getting their own stories here.
He may have been your father, boy, but he wasn't your daddy.
The show is also animated, so that should come off as something pretty fresh, fun, and unique in the best way possible, with this plentiful set of characters that are apparently going to be getting really fun and interesting adaptations, stories that would normally not be seen in the films, and like I said, a really unique take on just the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. I think that What If is going to be really fun, and I'm very stoked for it.
Okay, hold on. Don't shoot. You see where you're going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's worry about how you get there. Just gonna move your foot here. Point your toe this way. Hips. Here. Okay. Can you see?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
How about now? Easy now?
No.
How about now?
One of the main reasons why I'm so excited for a Hawkeye series is basically the fact that I feel like he's not been given enough limelight over the last several years. I'm really happy that he can finally lead a series now. If you ask me, I thought really highly of Clint Barton and Hawkeye in Avengers Age of Ultron, Civil War, and Endgame alike, and I definitely feel like there's a lot more story for us to be given about Hawkeye. So Jeremy Renner has pretty much proven to be a really good actor for this role, and I'm excited to see all about the whole Ronin Barton persona and what went into that, I've got to imagine that the show will bring together some sort of flashbacks at the very least of this dark path that Barton went on after his family disappeared thanks to Thanos, up until the point where he became Ronin, comfortably killing.
What I want, you can't give me.
Between that story, a further explanation of Hawkeye and Clint Barton as a character, his family dynamic thanks to them all being alive again, and of course training of Kate Bishop, I do have a strong feeling that Hawkeye is going to deliver on all ends. I placed the Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the very top of this list, and for good reason. When I look at all of these characters getting their own TV shows spun off from their films, and even the characters getting sequel films, I still look at Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes, and I probably get the most excited. And the fact that these two characters get to team up in a 6-part series makes it all the better, because there will undoubtedly be some great narrative in addition to just hilarious banter.
I'm really sorry. What?
Couldn't have done that earlier.
I hate you.
In 2016, we got our first look at the two working together, and it was super fun in Civil War. I found that Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan have really good chemistry with one another, and there was just like the right amount of comedy mixed with action between them, and ever since, I've just wanted more and more, because I don't even think we've scratched the surface for this relationship. So I think Endgame's ending really did perfectly open the door for this TV show.
So did something go wrong or did something go right?
Well, after I put the stones back, I thought maybe I'll try some of that life Tony was telling me to get.
How'd that work out for you?
It was beautiful.
I think that these two characters are just going to be so awesome together. I know they have a really good relationship with Cap, each of them. That will help blend them together because they can relate. They can both say that Steve Rogers was their best friend. Lastly, I just feel like the type of narrative structure and even the action and everything that we got to see throughout the Captain America trilogy really just was so good. And I feel like we're going to get some of that front and center in this show. I basically think that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a successor to the Captain America trilogy. Overall, I think it's just going to be really good. It has everything going for it, and overall it is easily my most anticipated Disney Plus Marvel show.
Can you move your seat up? No.
So there you have it, guys. That is my ranking of the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel shows and just how excited I am for them. Of course, this ranking is definitely early, given the fact that we're literally not going to be getting some of these shows until 2022. But nevertheless, it's definitely fun to get hyped up for these entries in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So let me know in the comments below, guys, which of these 8 shows are you looking forward to the most? Hey, if you did enjoy your time here, I hope you did. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button and coming back for some more awesome content, talking about gaming, movies, TV shows, all sorts of things like that. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed your time here, and I will see you all in the next video.